in a minute. Let's see. All these softwares, you know. Active, request in media. So it's going.
That should be already good. If he says active, just give me a sec.
It's a different link, isn't it? I can't use that link. I don't know how to use it, you know.
Is it streaming now?
To YouTube, so it connects through software. I can, yeah, it doesn't give me the choice. So I think you have to just copy that link that we are on now. Now it's 20. Yeah, just do that. Yeah, this is the one. Have a look if there's another one on your Facebook. So the Oksana P. Cool.
We can start like 10 minutes before.
Cool. Bye.
Co oni powinni zrobić? Oni powinni zrobić jakiś o centrali 10 minut, żeby zawsze 10 minut wcześniej można było włączyć, nie? Jakieś bzdury. Błogosławskie tu temperaturę nabiera.
Czekaj, to zaraz coś znajdę.
Hello everyone, welcome to Centrala Connecting Communities Online. My name is Oksana and today I have the pleasure to introduce you to Artisplat, who are a Polish experimental music duo based in Birmingham. They are going to do a live interactive set of electronic music with visuals. You can chat with them at the end of this set and ask questions as well as interact with the rest of the audience again via chat. But before we get into that, I would like to speak a little more about our organization and project. Polish Expat Association is a non-profit organization established to support the adaptation and integration of Central and Eastern European migrants in the UK. Our aim is to empower communities and improve the lives of migrants in the UK by offering different forms of support, information and personal development. We also create positive environment for integration and community cohesion, promoting art, culture and mutual understanding. Our latest project is called Centrala Connecting Communities. It is a project in partnership with Birmingham City Council, and this event today is part of it. Centrala Connecting Communities program looks to nurture integration and community cohesion in Handsworth, Erdington and Acocks Green areas of Birmingham, and one of its main focuses is increasing visibility of Central and Eastern European communities in the public space and art scene through providing them with more opportunities of events and activities. Please visit our Polish Expat Association Facebook page to find out more about our project, as well as our website at centrala-space.org.uk. Last but not least, our other strand is represented by our art gallery Centrala. Centrala started as Polish Expat Association, and it is a unique multifunctional space incorporating a gallery, event space, cafe and meeting rooms. We are a space for people to come together, to be creative and engage with the arts, culture, history and social politics of Central and Eastern Europe. I will now leave you with Artisplat. I hope you have your dancing shoes out, and as always at the end of this you can pop questions to them and enjoy the rest of the audience's company via chat. Enjoy!
Hello, good evening, everybody. Good afternoon.
I hope you hear us well
Yeah, if there's any sound issues, please let us know.
with the comments, because we got a little bit of the missions right now, and so it kind of was a bit stressful for a second.
We are well. First of all, thank you for Centrala for having us, for inviting us to do this live stream. We have prepared a set divided in 4 different parts, and yeah, so we are EIF, Kamil Bogusławski and Kamil Cewicz. We are producers of electronic music mainly. However, all the projects that we do, they varied in styles and genres, so they also incorporate musicians and live instruments and vocalists.
What we're gonna do today, we gonna have 4 different tracks, which 2 of them we done kind of especially for this occasion. So you're gonna hear that for the first time, as like everyone else. And shall we just start with the tracks, or before we start, comment out what if you hear anything, if there's anything wrong with the music. Comment if you have any questions. We do that on different platforms. We do that on Facebook, on YouTube. So we try to answer on these questions in interlude in between the tracks. So hope you enjoy tracks and visuals
Enjoy
by this guy.
So the first track has been made specially for the purpose of today's streams, and we hope you like it. And we are back in the studio.
Oi, oi, oi! I got. Thanks for. By the way, thanks. Weather is so nice. Thanks for actually staying in front of the computers or phones and watching that stuff. Because probably I would decide
Go to
to
the park
go
instead,
go to
yes.
the park and have some cold beverage. So thanks for that. I got a question. Actually, it's more for you than to me. So if you could explain software you use and mention something about visuals because people like visuals as well. Hey.
Cool. So the track, like I mentioned before, has been made for Centrala for this evening, um,
Whoop whoop.
and the software maybe. So I used Ableton, Contact Instruments, Contact VSTs. This is my go-to instrument, and then I operate on Push, Ableton Push, and Novation controller, and I'm using Line 6 guitar effects to enrich the sounds, so to speak.
Okay. How do you made your visuals?
And the visuals, so some of them has been created by Lee from Beatphalanx, who sent it to us. Some of these visuals we use when we play live.
I knew they look familiar. I knew they look
Yeah.
familiar because yeah, because we used them already. Hey, but yeah, big up Lee and all Beat Phalanx artists. Uh, this is the people. This is the people we released our first album with. And Lee
It
is a
was a while
great
ago.
guy, and that was a while ago. And yeah, we're gonna probably talk about it in a while. But yeah.
Yeah, let's come back to the music. So that was the first part of the sort of performance. Just if you're wondering, basically, so all the sounds, all the music we recorded live, and then we combine it with visuals that basically are used with the effects in DaVinci Resolve, and we put it all together.
Yeah, and most of the software actually we use the free software. So thanks God for internet and open platforms because a lot of things you can do for free, uh, and uh, and obviously some of more sophisticated stuff like Ableton probably we will have to pay. But if you're creative, you want to do some stuff. Uh, a lot of things right now is for free. So there's no excuse like saying like, oh, it's a lockdown. Uh, I have nothing to do. Like people can get creative, and it's actually for free. Most of the stuff is for free. What?
So maybe we talk a little bit of about the second part of the performance.
What is the next track?
The next track, it's called Touchwood.
Our next track that's the track we made in a sort of collaboration because we was doing some performance at the dance studio in London called The Place.
The place, yes.
We were doing that with Humanhood Group. They're amazing artists, contemporary dancers, and we do some work with them. But Miko mentioned, there's a big up Humanhood, Rudy and Julia, and and everyone involved with Humanhood. There's a lot of people involved. So we made skeleton of the track when we were actually just before performance with those guys. Actually, there was here. Is it called hearing or no?
Yeah, it was.
It
It
like
was a hearing. Yes.
it's like a showcase of the piece before they actually start working on the piece. They want to introduce to the samples of the piece. So we create that in hugely inspired, influenced by Rudy,
Human, and that's
Rudy and Julia from Humanhood, and so they need to be credited for that work, and we just decide to take that to the next level, and we work on about, because we love the idea, we work about it in the studio, and then we turn that into a track and release that at the end, I think, with the Humanhood EP.
Human Animal EP.
Human Animal EP, yeah.
Okay, then. So the second track, Touchwood. Enjoy.
Pow!
The human heart is now documented as the strongest generator of both electrical and magnetic fields in the body. Now, this is important because we've always been taught that the brain is where the action is. The brain has an electrical field, it does have a magnetic field, but they're relatively weak compared to the heart. The heart is about 100 times stronger electrically and up to 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. And the reason this is important is because the physical world as we know it is made of those two fields of energy, electrical and magnetic fields of energy, electromagnetic fields. Our own physics books now tell us if we can change either the magnetic field of an atom or the electrical field of the atom, by doing that we literally change that atom. We change the stuff that our bodies in this world are made of. And it appears now that the human heart is designed to do both, to change both the electrical field and the magnetic field of our bodies and our world, and they do so in response to the emotions that we create between our heart and our brain.
Okay, and we're back. So this track was called Touchwood, and we released it, I think, last July or August. Last no, 2018 now actually. Yeah, 2018.
Yeah, back in the
It's a
days.
part of our EP called Human Animal, 4 tracks EP. You should check it out. Okay, so
Do we have some questions coming in? I have some question from YouTube because I'm looking at the YouTube thing. Hope you hear me well. So I got a question from Miss Laura. Can you explain your setup and how do you work together and sync what you are both doing your with your different instruments? Okay. So maybe we can divide it between two.
yeah,
Yes, yeah?
yeah, you
So
start.
I'll explain setup because I got a lot of gear. I mean, I got some gear I use. So uh, maybe I'll start with me and I'll go to you. So I use Electron Boxes. This is Swedish company. They use really nice analog instruments. So they got they MIDI capable. So basically they talk to each other. So you connect the cable, and one instrument talk to each other. So they always in sync. And then I also have in some tracks I use an Innovation Circuit, so it's little groove box. It's kind of very entering price groove box, so that means it's cheap and it's very simple. I use that usually for kicks, snares, and some simple melodies. Is not super sophisticated, but it's good in a live situation and is allow you to be creative. Got obvious limitations, but it also allows you to be creative. Therefore, sometimes having less allows you to do more because you're not getting lost with all the all the faders, knobs, and plugs. And then I do use another sampler from Roland is 5. I think it's 505 sampler. So I use that for certain tricks. I use that I use that with the mic. So it's just from some live recording, and I use some samples there, and also got some very kind of gimmicky LED, which is like kind of the touch sensor. So sometimes I use that. You might notice one of the tracks when I'm moving my hand. So that's gonna actually only because this reacts on your hand. Reflects the beam of light in invisible light. I don't know what it is, UV light or some sort of send some kind of stream of light, and use that. And I use Pioneer Aramix 1000, my newest purchase, just to glue everything together. And then I send all the stuff via my sound card to either to mixer, either to him. So this thing goes to his setup and goes via mixer slash sound card to the Ableton, and he is in charge of me actually going to the speakers. He can mute me, he can record me, and in a live situation, usually Camille use Ableton, and he use Ableton Push, which is MIDI controller, especially for Ableton, and he used the Line 6 guitar multi-processor, which is like a guitar processor, but it's really powerful. So that adds a lot of textures, the space, the echoes, and all the funky stuff. So it sounds nice and spacious. And what else do you use? Let me look around. And that's what you use for live setup. What else? Use also some Moog. Is it DFAM?
Hold on, let's.
Okay,
Sorry,
okay. So
don't wanna
take
cut-
over.
don't wanna cut you short, but I just can see that people are asking some questions. So first of all, thank you very much for tuning in. It's really a pleasure to see so many friendly faces. Craig, we're gonna have to come back to you with these questions as just literally don't remember when we got samples of the beginning of the track. The scientist talking about the human heart and a human brain. I don't remember where's that from. Do you remember? But we will come back to you with
It
that.
must be some hipster knowledge, definitely. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
no. It's one of this kind of Gaia channels kind of stuff. So it's like this. There's some new science. It's not Bruce Lipton, but it is the guy with the big hair. Yeah. So
Okay, and
it basically it is science. It is fact. It is measured and it is proven.
no conspiracy
There
there.
is no conspiracy and it's no spirituality involved. But so this is just new science. I mean, kind of newish. Is newly accepted. But
Another question we got from Leon Trimble. Leon Trimble with big love of his work as well.
hey, big up, Leon.
Do we fall out? So we don't fall out because we're not kids anymore, and we know each other for I don't know 20 years or maybe more. So we don't fall out. However, we argue on daily basis, and we are making sure that this is part of our creation. There is no easy day for us creating music.
We do argue a lot, but 100% we do argue a lot. But we know each other a lot, and we argue about usually things we agree on. We don't argue on principles. We argue on details. So we kind of know each other for so long. We know that the argument not gonna break the creative process. It's just kind of constructive criticism. And it happened a lot. It's happened a lot. You know, we got our good and bad days, and basically we decide to not talk to each other for a couple of days, you know, with no texts, no love, nothing is happening, and then when we have to sit down in the studio together, we back because we got a higher purpose of making music. So you know, all the ego aside, and usually I'm right, so he need to come back to me and say I'm sorry. Let's
no,
do
no,
it,
no,
let's
no,
do
no,
it
no,
your
no,
way.
No, it's not like that. Well, all the arguments and everything is only for the best outcome of the music, of the creation. So this is why we argue. We just want our music to be the best as possible. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. Who wear the trousers? Well, today we are in shorts because England suddenly have a beautiful summer this year. So yeah. Okay then. Third track.
Who was this question? Who was this question? I'll find out where you live.
Yes.
Who were they?
David Whittle from Suck It and See.
I expect that.
Okay.
We're
so,
gonna visit you soon.
So the first track, the third track is actually Kami's track, and he's gonna talk a little bit more about this after. And let's just crack on, cause I'm sure you're missing some sounds. back. So this track was created again just for tonight for Centrala by Kamil mainly, and just wanted to say quick thank you to Andrzej Postek who created the visuals.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andrew.
And it's from our previous track, but it works very well with this one. And we have some questions.
We got some questions. I want to answer very quickly because there's actually a few of them. So, where is your studio? So we work individually. We work together, but we also work individually. Cam have his own one room dedicated in his house, and I have room dedicated in my house. So basically work individually. Sometimes when we jam, we now at the moment we jam at my place because I gotta be more space. So that's where you see the recording from. What was recording from, and when it comes to mixing and mastering, we ask our friends who have the better spaces. Our friend Dif- I'm not sure I can say his name because he's kind of incognito, but Defunk Dialect, this guy, we usually ask him to listen his our stuff before we do anything in terms of releasing and being more serious about the track. So he got good ear and a good environment. So big up Defunk Dialect and Odd Square crew. And also if we do it ourselves, we usually use one of the Giraffe Audio spaces. So Giraffe Audio is a shop in the Jewelry Quarter. It's amazing shop. They won some awards from one of the best businesses Birmingham. And on top of that, they'll be one of the best businesses in terms of buying equipment from them because you can go and check equipment before you buy. The customer service is amazing. Thanks, Matt and Nick. Matt and Nick, they're amazing. Plus, they got rooms just dedicated for mastering. So usually we just go to those places to mix and master and get amazing help from Matt and Nick from Giraffe Audio and Jewelry Quarter. And you go take it from here.
So, just wanted to talk a little bit about our events that are coming up. Hopefully, the lockdown is easing down a little bit, and we're gonna be able to come back to being an artist on the road. So we have few events coming up. We have few gigs in Cyprus. This time
We
hope, yes. This time there'll be three of them. One in a hotel, one at the bar slash club, and one at a record store.
The hotel is not a hotel. This hotel is like a 5-star hotel staff. I don't remember the name, but they got their own gallery. They got their own art gallery, and they super. They're super cool in terms of creative stuff. So they got exhibition and they pushing the local scene and the international scene to this hotel, which is great for I guess for guests and for everyone in that town. And I don't remember the name, but we're gonna can add the links in our Facebook, I guess.
And this project we do with Paris. Paris is also known from the project that he's done in Birmingham called Aisodos.
Yeah.
We worked with him in here with Aisodos and in Cyprus at his studio called Kimonos Art Center.
Big up Kimonos!
Woo woo woo! and yeah, we hope to be back there very soon. And we play there at Tapar Bar.
Amazing place.
Which is a little bit more dancey stuff.
Big up Journey from Tapar.
World life dance music. We had the pleasure to play there last year, and then the third set will be at a record store. So most likely we're gonna play 3 completely different sets on that little tour. Then
we're gonna have to improvise probably each of them.
Then we hope to be back in Spain at Danso Festival, which is contemporary dance festival, which we had the pleasure to play last year. And in October, there's a big electronic festival called RPM Festival, organized by Lee Beat Phalanx, who runs the record label that we release with.
And amazing Japanese artist. Kope, she is a mother of Japanese electronic music. And if you don't know her, now you know.
Now you know. You need to check her out. She's just amazing. She probably released like 20 albums. Definitely worth to check it out. And because I can see that time is catching up on us. So the last part of this live stream is a track called Skyline.
Yep.
And just talk a little bit about the Skyline. So actually, Skyline, we started work on it last year in Cyprus. So we prepared the sounds in this studio, and then we went to Cyprus. And before the event, we had a little sound check. So that's where we first sort of start to form an arrangement, if we can call it that way. It was only for the purpose of the event. However, throughout the event, because we mainly just
We were mainly drinking. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Sorry.
yeah, because we improvise a lot. So we prepare the sounds, but when we play live, we improvise. We don't have a solid structure. We have a plan, but then we improvise within that structure. So after the performance, when we come back here, we sat in the studio with these sounds and then decided to make that track that is called Skyline. And there it is.
And we are back.
Okay, so that was our fourth and last segment for this evening. I just wanted to say quickly thank you to my fam that created this amazing video shot in Birmingham, mainly from the top of the library, just to see the skyline of Birmingham. So thank you very much for that. And just quickly, let's maybe talk about some collaborations, as we do quite a lot of them.
Yeah. Basically, we work with people, amazing creative people from all different fields of art and science. Humanhood is one of them. They're based in UK and between UK and Spain
Barcelona.
and Barcelona, so Birmingham, Barcelona. Amazing people, creative stuff. They do amazing stuff, things which they are really looking up to those guys, because they do things in dance what I want to do in music.
Yes, we have learned a lot.
Yeah, we have to. I mean, when we work with them, it is like we actually need to do our classes, like we need to do our homework, because these guys involved when they involve contemporary dance and Eastern contemporary dance with Eastern mysticism and
Western science.
and Western science, like the quantum physics and astrology or astronomy, like one of them, like stars and stuff, but the scientific way. Also, we work with some more local guys, like the. I want to mention a couple of people. They're really close to my heart. The Zirak from Musicistan. I'll big up all Musicistan family. Listening session, big up listening session. Matt, Tom, and everyone involved. Laura Owen Wright, amazing artist. We about to do something new. We about to do something new with Karolina Węgrzyn. She is awesome. She's a Polish artist. Dziękuję. Będziemy współpracować. Mam nadzieję niedługo. What else? We got
Rumart.
Rumart.
Marcin and Melissa, very close to our hearts.
If I would mention Rumart, that would be probably a cardinal sin, because the Marcin and Melissa and people, what they're doing, those guys, they have art gallery in their own house, which is public gallery. It's enough. You're gonna knock to this guy's door, and you got art. One of the best artists, if not the best artist of Birmingham, in those guys' flat. You can go watch for free, have a cup of coffee or tea. They are my favorite people in this planet, Marcin and Melissa.
One of the best pianist, Melissa. One of the best photographer, Marcin. Highly recommended.
Recommend is not enough. These guys, you just need to follow them for things they do. And Odd Square, guys. Odd Square, it is something which it's music I listened to, and I was highly praised. You know, like you can't be any better music than this. Like the Aphex Twin. You know, like the EDM music, the acid music, the break beats, electro music, the craziest music you can imagine, and cutting edge stuff. Working with people like Sub Citizen, the Tony, and with the Defunct Dialect. These guys are fucking awesome. So we
And
do some
Liam,
nights with them.
and Liam, who's just
And Liam, who
makes
does
amazing visuals.
visuals, things which you see today, we had to do ourselves, so they're good. But the things we do with Oscar are amazing. And also, except all these things we do some other stuff, but we don't want to jinx it. That's why I'm not gonna tell what else we do with our music, because we do work with some amazing artists from Birmingham, and not Birmingham only, and not UK only. You just wait and see.
And maybe a little bit about our releases. So the last track that you heard, Skyline, that was the first release that we did by ourselves this year. You can listen to Spotify on all the streaming platforms. The next release that we've done so far, it's a Fifth Dimension. It's also available everywhere. And the next release is a track called Mutation on Erbium Records. It's a new
Erbium!
record label in Birmingham.
Christian!
Very good electronic music. We are super pleased with working with them. 31st of May, that's the release date.
Big
And
up
then-
Erbium family.
And then we are planning to release a full album with Beat Phalanx later on this year, hopefully end of the summer. That's our deadline. So you are there for a treat. The track you just heard, Skyline, that was the longer version that most likely gonna be on the album. The version that is now available on Spotify is a little bit shorter radio version. So you need to wait and tune with us with that. And also our next live stream is the 1st of June and is going to be directly.
it?
Yeah.
Ooh! That's something I didn't know myself.
And it's going to be directly from Suck It and See. So
Aye,
just
big
circle
up
the
Dave.
date.
Suck it and see. Yes.
So we are getting close now to end of this live stream. So just wanted to say big thank you to Alicia and Oksana
From
from
Centrala.
Centrala.
Thank
for
you so
having
much.
us. Centrala is another amazing gallery space. You guys can rent, or you can just go. You can have amazing food. You can watch the other art.
I'll put away. If you shit, they're not gonna let you in. So if you got some ambitious and good project, and they guys gonna say, yeah, actually, you're good enough to rent our space. But they got the best and ambitious art and art and events, and if they have music or DJs, that's not everyday music. You got people from Oscillate, you got people from Supersonic, you got the best events. One wants to be there because this is kind of mecca, like Centrala. Hats off to you guys. Like you can see my quarantine hair. You are great. Things you do. Thanks for inviting us tonight. And you're great. Things you're doing. You're just amazing. You make Birmingham great again.
Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in, for taking your time to listen. Dziękujemy bardzo polskiej publiczności, która nie mówi po angielsku. Widzę tutaj bardzo dużo swojej rodziny z Polski. So thank you very much, guys, and
Do widzenia. Dziękuję. Na zdrowie. Dobranoc. Hail Satan.
bye.